Hey guys, this, as some of you will recognize, is the Philco 89 chassis, or however you want to say it. I decided I'm going to totally go over this and redo it, because I've been watching Joe, I don't know how you say his channel name, Joe L. Nunn, something like that. The guy's name is John anyway, and he restores antique radios. And he's got a whole series on really detailed on how he restores a Philco, 1936 Philco model something, I can't remember, but it was kind of similar to this. This is from 1933. A lot of things he went over and did that I didn't even bother to do, because I've realized there's a lot of things that I skipped over, and there's a few things that I really don't like on this radio. One of them is this tuning capacitor is wobbling all around like that, and you can see the rubber mountings are all worn out. And over on this side, not really sure what's holding it down over here, but I don't think it's supposed to be wobbling around like that. Don't really like that. And the other thing is this dial scale. I realize you can actually get replacement dial scales because you can barely see through that one. So I'm going to be doing that. And you'll notice the speaker is not here. I labeled the wires because I don't like these wires either. I want to replace these because they're really bad. And let's show you underneath. Oh, and I never did anything with the power transformer. I'd like to get that painted up. And I didn't realize this, but you can use navel jelly on the chassis, and that'll clean it up really nice. And I never bothered to take these cans off. Oh, my battery's dying. Never bothered to take these off, except for one to get it rewound. And if we flip this over, as you can see, I replaced some Okay, sorry about that. My battery died, and I put it on charge for about 10 minutes because I want to cover some things before I start working on this. I already put the navel jelly on. This stuff right here. This works great. The other thing I wanted to cover, these tube shields are supposed to be grounded. This is supposed to be grounded to the chassis. And as you can see, that's pretty rusty right there. I don't think that's providing a very good ground. And I want to show you already what's happening here. I thought this chassis was black. Not quite. You can rub some of that away. Look at that silver coming out already. This has only been on here about 10 minutes. This stuff works great. I got some brasso too. That's going to be for the aluminum. I found out you can't really take these off because they're like riveted. I mean, not riveted, but like pressed on to the chassis, so it's going to be really difficult to remove them, so I'm going to have to just leave them there. Those capacitors, I already redid them inside, so after I get the tuning capacitor off, I'm going to try and polish them off the best I can, but that's about it with that. Also wanted to show you on the underside, right under there, you can see some really ugly wiring I did. This is the filter capacitor right here. I used electrical tape back then. This was, I think it was about 3 years ago I did this, 4 years ago. I used electrical tape. That's really not very good. I use electrical tape there. Now the transformer wires are really good, as you can see, except for right there, where I spliced it there. And I use electrical tape again. And that wire is, I think that's a little bit thin of a gauge. Also, I kind of cobbed this together. That's a really ugly job there. I do not like that at all. So I'm going to try. I haven't gotten that far in John's videos yet, and my battery's about to go again. But I've got to get to the part where he covers replacing the resistors, because I don't like to use these carbon resistors, and I'm not sure what he's using for his resistors to replace these dog bone ones. But I want to find out and get rid of that ugly mess right there. Here's my schematic. I went on Nostalgia Air and numbered all the tube pins, which will make it a little bit easier for me to work on this. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all through this like I haven't even started on it at all. I'm going completely from scratch. And that includes I'm going to be testing all the coils, because the only coil that I tested that was bad was the oscillator coil, and that I sent out to get repairs, so that one's fine. But I don't know about the other coils, so we're going to check that out. And I will be making some updates later. I'm just going to try and clean the chassis up right now, focus on that, clean these up, shine them up nice, and we'll get another update in pretty soon. Probably in the next few days or so. I'll work on getting this out of here, because that's really bad. That's probably one of my problems right there, because I think somebody told me that that capacitor has got to be insulated from the chassis or something, and that wobbling around all there like that, I think there's a problem there. So we'll have to check that out. Okay, we're back with a fresh battery, and I polished these up pretty nice. It's still going to need a little bit of rubbing here, but should be good. The chassis came out really nice, except for right there, there's a lot of tar or wax around the transformer. I think what they did was they must have coated it with wax after they made it at the factory. So I was trying to separate the clamshell here a little bit. It's not coming apart too easy. Did get it unscrewed and everything, but I'm going to wait until next time. I think I'm going to take a break from this for a while. These cleaned up real nice. Those were like black before, now they're all nice and shiny. I took the tuning capacitor off, and I'm going to work on cleaning that later. But it's pretty darn clean though, but I'm going to clean it up a little bit more. These tube shields are about as clean as I can get them. I think what I'm going to do is spray them up with some paint, prime them and paint them on the outside, leave the inside bare so it can have contact with that. And the only reason I want to take the transformer off is because I want to paint it up nice, make it match the rest of the radio when I'm done with it. Maybe I have to take these coils out and put new wires on that, clean these caps up. I'm going to do the whole thing. I never bothered to ohm out any of these coils. This here is the one that I had redone. And these two, I never bothered to ohm them out, so I'm going to have to do that. And the only way you can take these out is from the bottom. You have to take the coils out from the bottom, so that's going to kind of be a pain in the ass. There's another really bad splice job I did there. I mean, my splicing was pretty good, but I should have just gone and replaced the whole wire. But I just used what I had back then. I didn't. All I had was red and black wire, solid conductor, and it worked pretty good. But I want to use some different colors so I can identify it later on if I have to for troubleshooting and stuff. Yeah, I did replace quite a few wires. And there's the transformer wires there. They look really good, but if I can get that thing apart, I might end up replacing them anyway, because that one right there, I don't know if you can see that, but that looks like it's starting to rub a little bit. I don't really like that. I'm going to come back to this. I've been working on it all day, like I said, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I want to take my time this time and do this right. So, anyway, that's where we stand right now, and I hope you enjoyed the update. Talk to you later.